He left the porch light on every night, just in case. Old Man Hemlock, as the neighborhood kids called him, lived in the pale yellow house at the end of Maple Street. Every single evening, just as dusk settled and the sky turned a deep shade of violet, the small, warm glow of his porch light would flicker to life. It was as reliable as the setting sun. For years, no one really knew why. We just accepted it as part of our town's quiet rhythm. Some folks spun their own stories. Maybe he was waiting for a long-lost son to return from some faraway war. Others whispered he was a retired lighthouse keeper, and the habit was too ingrained to break. The kids had wilder theories that the light kept away ghosts, or that it was a signal for alien spaceships. But Mr. Hemlock never said. He was a quiet man, kind but reserved. He'd nod and smile from his porch swing, his face a roadmap of wrinkles, but he kept his secrets close. His wife, Eleanor, had passed away years ago. I was just a kid then, but I remember her. She was the heart of the neighborhood, always baking cookies. Her laughter like wind chimes. After she was gone, Mr. Hemlock seemed to shrink a little. The porch light started burning a few months after her funeral. It felt connected, somehow, like he was keeping a piece of her warmth alive. One summer I got a job delivering groceries. Mr. Hemlock was on my route. I'd bring his bags to the door, and he'd always thank me with a gentle, "God bless you, son." That porch light was even brighter up close. It buzzed softly, a constant, faithful hum. One particularly hot afternoon, after I'd set his groceries down, I finally built up the courage. "Mr. Hemlock," I started, my voice a little shaky. "I hope you don't mind me asking, but the light, why do you leave it on?" He stopped, his hand on the doorknob, and looked at the light. 10 bake at me. A soft, sad smile touched his lips. "It's for Eleanor," he said, his voice raspy with age and memory. "She was always afraid of the dark. Not the real dark, you understand. The lonely kind." He paused, gathering his thoughts. "When she was sick, I'd sit with her all night. Sometimes, she'd wake up, disoriented. She'd see the light from the hallway spilling into the room, and she'd know she wasn't alone. It calmed her." He looked out at the street, at the other houses with their dark porches, after she left. The house felt so big, so dark. The silence was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. One night, I couldn't stand it. I went outside and flipped that switch. It wasn't much, but it was something. It was a promise. "A promise?" I asked, completely captivated. "A promise that this house is still full of love," he explained. "That her memory is still bright. And just in case she's out there somewhere, looking for a way home, I want her to be able to find me. I want her to see the light." His eyes glistened, but he wasn't crying. It was a look of pure, unwavering devotion. He continued, "But it's not just for her anymore, son. I see the kids playing tag under the streetlights, using my porch as a safe zone. I see folks walking their dogs late at night, and they glance over, and I think maybe it makes them feel a little safer, a little less alone in the dark." He was right. We had all felt it, even if we didn't know why. His light had become our light. "Eleanor loved this town," he said, a genuine smile now gracing his face. "She loved the people. Keeping this light on. It feels like I'm keeping a part of her kindness shining for everyone. It's my way of saying, welcome. You're safe here. You're not alone." I left his house that day with more than just an empty grocery bag. I left with a story about how a simple porch light could be a beacon of love, a monument to a memory, and a quiet gift to an entire community. From then on, whenever I saw that warm glow at the end of Maple Street, I didn't just see a light bulb. I saw Mr. Hemlock's promise. I saw Eleanor's kindness. I saw a love story burning brightly against the dark. Years passed. I moved away for college, then for work. But every time I came back to visit, the first thing I'd do is drive down Maple Street. And there it was. Faithful. Constant. A small, brilliant star guiding me home. One winter, I got a call from my mom. Mr. Hemlock had passed away in his sleep. My heart sank. That night, I drove to his house. The pale yellow paint was peeling a bit more, and the porch swing was still. but the porch light was off. The darkness felt profound, like a missing note in a familiar song. The whole street seemed dimmer, emptier. The next evening, something incredible happened. As dusk fell, a light flickered on at the house next to Mr. Hemlock, then another across the street, and another. Soon, every single porch on Maple Street was lit up, a constellation of small, warm lights, all burning in the darkness. We didn't talk about it. We didn't plan it. We just knew we were keeping the light on for Mr. Hemlock. We were continuing his promise. We were telling the world, and maybe even Eleanor, that this neighborhood was still full of love, that no one here would be left in the dark. Because one man showed us that sometimes the smallest light can make the biggest difference. It can hold a memory, comfort a stranger, and remind an entire community that we are all, in our own way, a light for each other. Thanks so much for watching. If this story touched you, consider subscribing for more tales that find the extraordinary in the ordinary. See you next time.